start off with our warm-ups. We're going to start off with mountain pose. We want our feet grounded, our hands facing forward. We're going to do a few breaths here just to become grounded and center. So here we go. We're going to do a big inhale here. And exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Now we're going to bring our arms up towards the sky, extending our spine, elongating our hands, reaching as far as possible, activating our core. Do a few deep breaths here. One more big deep breath. And exhale, fold. To forward fold. If you need to, you can slightly bend your knees, hands flat on the mat, and just breathe here. Last breath. Now we're going to extend our hands up to our shins, expanding our spines forward for forward halfway lift. 2 deep breaths here. We're going to place our hands on the mat, jumping our legs back into high plank, or you can step back into high plank, whatever feels most comfortable. We're going to lower slowly into chaturanga, bringing us into cobra. You can raise your chest high or low, whatever feels best. You're going to slightly tuck your toes and bring your hips up and back for downward facing dog. We're going to stay here for the breath. Activating our core, we're going to do one more deep breath. And exhale. You're going to step your toes forward to the front of the mat, hands still flat on the mat for forward fold. With each breath, try to release don't try to release your spine, but try to release your tension in your spine. One more deep breath here. Exhale, bring your hands to your shins, elongate your spine, head forward, and breathe. Slowly roll back up into Tadasana, bringing your hands towards the sky, elongating your spine. And slowly just bring your hands down by your side for mountain pose. We're going to do 3 deep breaths here. One more deep breath. Bringing your hands up back towards the sky for Tadasana. You're going to do one large breath here. And forward fold. Down towards the mat. Hands towards the mat. And we're going to breathe here. With each breath, like I said, release your tension. And bring your hands closer to the mat as possible. One last big inhale. Bring your hands to your shins, elongate your spine. With this last inhale, bring your hands towards the mat and step back into high plank. One more breath here. And slowly bring yourself into chaturanga, up into cobra. From here, you want to slightly tuck your toes. Bring your hips up and back into downward facing dog. If you'd like, you can bend your knees and step or hop to the front of the mat, or you can step or walk to the front of the mat. Keep your hands still on the mat for forward fold, breathing into the stretch. Now you're going to bring your hands to your shins and elongate your spine. Slowly roll yourself up, bringing your hands above your head towards the sky for Tadasana. Now you want to roll your hands down for mountain pose. Now we're going to bring our hands back up towards the sky. Slightly bend our hips for chair pose. You want to bring your hands down to the mat, into tabletop. From here, you want to find a sturdy position for tabletop. We're going to do cat-cow position. So with cow, you want to make sure your hips are up, belly is low, head is up, and you're going to inhale and exhale. While you're doing exhale, we are pushing our belly buttons up towards our spine. Hips are going inward. Head is facing towards our chin. And we are exhaling. So a few more times. Cow. Inhale. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Two more times. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cap. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cap. Now we're going to bring up, keep our right knee sturdy on the ground. You're going to bring up your left foot, reaching back with your left hand, or if you, no, let's twist, okay. Yeah, so, lost my balance here. If you feel most best, you can bring your knee or pop your foot up behind you. Wrap your right hand around your left foot, extending out your knee, and stretch for tiger pose. One more breath here, and release. Come back to tabletop. We're gonna switch. We're gonna bring our right foot popped up. Our left foot is still flat. Our right hand is wrapped around our right knee. And we're going to stretch. And release. Now we're going to do easy tiger twist, where our left foot is popped up, and our right hand is going to reach, or corkscrew it's called as well. And you're just going to look over your right shoulder. And breathe here. And release your foot slowly. And now we're going to switch. So our right foot is popped up. Our left hand is behind our back, reaching for our right foot. Our head is facing our left shoulder, and we're stretching. Good, and release. Now, we're going to push ourselves back onto our knees, and our hands are going to be on our feet or on our mat, depending on what feels most comfortable for you. And you're just going to open up your chest by bringing your head back. And we're doing a back bend. Slowly bringing yourself back up. You want to slightly raise yourself a little bit, but still on your knees. Do what makes you feel comfortable. You want to put your hands on your lower back
And once again, we're going to reach our head back, opening up our chest, and allow the air to come through our bodies. Put slight pressure on your lower back, pushing your pelvic forward, but allowing your chest and your knees to be still. On this last breath, we're going to inhale, and after we inhale, we're going to slowly bring our hands to the back of our foot and open up our chest and our bellies for camel pose. Lowering your knees and slowly bringing your hands and your chest back to upright position. We're going to place our forearms onto the mat and be still on your knees, but tabletop it in a way. So your forearms are on the mat and your hips are up in the air, butt is up, and lower down for your chest to touch the mat for puppy pose. Bringing yourself back up, we're going to lower our bodies completely down towards the mat. You want to position yourself so you feel comfortable being flat on your stomach. You're going to bring both feet up behind you, reaching both hands behind your back. And you want to kick your feet into your hands for bow pose. So we're going to do 3 kicks into our hands. And the way we're going to do it is we're going to kick, hold for 5 breaths, release for 3, and then kick again, hold, release, and then kick again, hold, release. So we're going to kick as hard as you can into your hands, allowing your chest to lift, and we're going to breathe for 5 breaths. And release. If you like, you can lower your hands down, your feet down. Do 3 big breaths. Now we're going to reach back for our feet. And get ready and kick. 5 breaths. One last time. You're going to kick. And release. Good. Being flat on the mat, you want your hands next to you, tucked in next to your arms or your side. We're going to slowly bring us up to Sphinx pose, where your forearms are down, your chest is fully up, feet are flat behind us. And allow the breath to come in while you open your chest. You're going to now tuck your toes. Bring your hands next to your chest and push up into downward facing dog. We're going to bring our right leg up in the air for three-legged dog. And we're going to swing it to the front for low lunge. Your left foot is flat behind you. We're going to pop your chest up for warrior one. Bringing your hands together at the top. You want to lean into your lunge, arching your back for crescent lunge.
I can't do it.
Bring yourself
The history test. I can't
back
take it.
down.
You gotta help me. You're just nervous. You'll do fine. Look, I'm gonna fail. No, you won't. Yes, I will. See, I can't remember.
Bring yourself back down into low lunge. You're going to bring your left knee back up. Bring your right knee back behind you and go back into downward facing dog. Now we're going to bring our left foot up into the air. For three-legged dog, we're going to slowly bring our left leg forward for low lunge. Your right foot is back behind you flat. And when you're able to catch your breath, pop your chest up for warrior one. Bring your hands together at the top. Deepen your lunge and bend your back for crescent lunge. Okay. And you're going to bring your hands back to the mat, lifting your right knee and bringing your left leg back into downward facing dog. We're going to roll to high plank, lower to chaturanga, and up to cobra. From here, you're going to lower your chest to the mat, bringing your knees up towards you, facing your feet outward and pulling your feet in you're going to do frog pose. So your feet are facing outward and your hands are pulling your legs and your knees in. And your chest is up. And then we're going to release down for 3 breaths. Bring your feet back out and hold. And release. Once again, we're going to bring our feet back outward for frog pose. And release. Now we're going to push up into tabletop. Bringing your knees to the front, legs flat out. We're going to roll to our backs. Now we're going to try and bring our shoulder blades to touch. Slightly lift your hips and have your hands underneath your back or your butt, whatever feels most comfortable. Lift your chest and hold for fish pose. You really want to engage your core. Make sure your back is arched up. And release. Lay flat. Again, place your hands underneath your butt, shoulder blades touching, arch your chest up, and breathe. And release. Last time, we're bringing our hands underneath our butt, shoulder blades together, arch your chest up, and breathe. And release. And now we're going to bring our knees upward. And it's going to be the same concept as what we did with the fish pose, but this time our hands are going to be clasped behind or underneath us. So your hands are clasped underneath you, shoulder blades touching as much as possible, and we're going to lift our bellies up in the air for bridge pose. And release. Once again, you're going to have your hands meet, shoulder blades touching, and lift. And release. Last time, hands underneath you, shoulder blades touching, feet flat on the ground. Lift your hips up. And release. Now we're going to do our supine twist. So we're going to bring in our feet, our knees. Flatten your back. And we're going to turn our knees towards the left. Arms flat out, head facing the right. And breathe. Now we're going to bring our knees up and switch to the opposite side. So your knees are now on the right side and your head is now facing the left. Arms are still out flat. Now we're going to bring our knees back towards the center. You're going to wrap your hands around your knees, bringing it in closer. You're going to do a great big inhale. Bring it in closer and tighter. And release. Everything should be released to the ground. Hands are released. Feet are released. You feel the heaviness of the tingling and you feel gravity holding you down. I encourage you to think about the air entering rise and fall of your stomach as you breathe. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Feel everything melting away.
slowly start to bring yourself to awareness. Begin to wiggle your toes and your fingers. Awaken your body. Awaken your awareness. You can either stay here or you can roll onto your right side. Bringing yourself up to a seated position.